Hi Aries, and welcome to Grateful Empress Tarot. My name is Sonia and I'm here today to do a reading for you. This is for anyone with points and placements of the sign of Aries anywhere in their birth chart, or if you are a cross watcher who is dealing with an Aries, you are very welcome here. Please know this is a general collective romantic love reading, so it cannot and it will not resonate with every Aries viewer out there. Please only take what applies to your situation and leave the rest for other people who do need to hear these messages more. You can always find other readings for placements in your birth chart in my entire catalog of videos. I'm building them. We're growing. Thank you for being part of my spiritual journey and the growth here. So I am ready to dive in. Let's do this today. We've got lots of new things. I've added some additional advice messages for at the end, and then also we have our Kipper Romance Oracle deck involved with our reading for today. So Aries, without further ado, we are going to connect through the beautiful white light of the divine by taking a nice deep breath in the highest vibration of love, and we will pull in the Aries collective. Namaste. Okay, Aries, so we're going to start by getting one card here for the overall theme of your reading today, please and thank you. I hear my little magpies outside. It's a really nice, cool morning where I'm at. We had a storm overnight. I think it's supposed to storm the majority of the day. I may stand up and close that window because those magpies, they were so upset last night when that storm came through. They were really pissed. And so they were, sorry, shouldn't swear on here. I apologize, my bad. But they were really cackling and making so much noise. It was kind of wild. I was like, oh my God. They were definitely not liking that a storm was coming in. They were definitely not liking all the lightning and the thunder and all the things that were potentially going to come for them. And so I feel like that was... they were trying to express their large displeasure. So if they get too loud, I will shut the window. Okay, for your theme today, we have number 15, Elixir of Life. Oh, and we have Union. Ooh, this is a lot of heart chakra for you. There's a lot of pink. There's a lot of yellow. This is all really lovely energy. Very, very pretty energy. So let's do a little reading. We're going to start with number 15, the Elixir of Life. Healing, consolidation, reinvigoration, truth. A woman is leaning towards a deep red rose. She faces the flower with her eyes closed, concentrating on the lush bloom. She is receiving the sweet scent of nature and the energy of life. The wind rustles her hair, whispering the truths of the universe into her ears. She can hear her own breath mingling with the wind. Sitting quietly in nature by a stream or in a garden can help still our wandering mind and heal a troubled heart. Excuse me. So, looks like you might be needing to do a little bit of meditation, some deep thinking, maybe going into nature and sitting quiet with nature to try to get connected to your inner self, possibly about a union. So let's do some reading about that too. I'm quickly finding with this deck, this is the Golden Light Oracle, and I'm quickly finding there are some of my favorites in this deck, and this happens to be one of them. Okay, this is Union. It says an act or instance of uniting or joining two or more things into one. You will enter into a spiritual partnership where each member will trigger healing and growth within each other that will open your minds and hearts to better understand, receive, and give love. Your action is to be vulnerable, and your affirmations are, I am lovable, I enter into loving relationships. So if you're in a marriage already or a long-term partnership or something of that magnitude, maybe you're doing a little reflection about it. If you haven't met your person yet, you might be in some contemplative energy about that. So we'll set these guys up here. They will always come into play for the reading. And I definitely want to get one additional thing here that's like a little bit of advice for the direction that the reading is going to go. Oh, okay. This says, see with your heart, The time is now to hear the messages. So I feel like that really does play in here with this entire situation, is that we've got, I think you are doing a little bit of deep thinking. Get your head out of the way and actually listen with your heart. And that feels really genuine. So we're going to dive into the reading. I feel like that's really cool. If you see smoke vapor, it is truthfully, nothing is on fire. I just have my incense burning to keep our space clear of other energy and really give you a very thorough reading. Okay, I'm going to get our piles out here. This first one is how your person of interest is seeing you in the connection at this time. Please and thank you. Oh yes, I forget. This deck is really slippery. It has lots of movement to it. So I like the messages jump out pretty quick. This is what your person of interest is dealing with in their real life right now towards your connection. Please and thank you. Aries person of interest. Their energy, what's happening. Thank you. That is way too many cards, so we'll take the bottom one. There we go. Next up, what's happening for both of you in this experience? What is the shared space? Please and thank you. Connecting energy, something you're both dealing with in this connection at this time. If it's someone you haven't met yet, it's definitely going to be, this is what the situation will be, what you're both dealing with separate from one another. And last, this is my personal favorite. This is your person's genuine feelings for you at this time. Please and thank you. Seems so abstract that if someone doesn't know you yet or they're not a part of your life yet, how could they have feelings for you? Could just be the idea of you, the actual, the thoughts, the things that they're looking for in partnership. And I like when there's a lot for that pile because I feel like that gives us really nice insight. Underneath of the deck, we're focused on the King of Cups. So this is a soft king. This is a sweet, kind, gentle energy. It's someone who really shows up, shows their love instead of speaks their love. Strong, solemn, but full of emotion. They're very ooey gooey. So, okay, for your energy, we have the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. So you are very grounded. You're sitting in really, really nice energy towards your connection. You are loyal, you're real, you're protective, you are a wonderful person, you're a leader. You also are really, you've planted some seeds a long time ago and you're really ready to get going and harvest that. This is a lot of green energy, so that's also heart chakra energy. I see there's a lot of loving messages here. So I'd like to see what this Seven of Pentacles is. What is it that you planted seeds for that you're ready to harvest? Please and thank you for Aries. We have Eight of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Two of Swords. So you've been sort of making plans. You've been over here planting seeds. You've been planning things out. You've been really working very hard on something and you want it to come in. It's about something you felt a little trapped by. You felt sort of tied and bound, and I think it feels like you couldn't get going on it. It feels like you really wanted that to come in because you're so passionate about it. You have this inspired idea and you wanted it to take off. It's something very beautiful. You're very passionate about it. You are honestly at a crossroads about it. Two of Swords in this deck, it always reminds me of Alice in Wonderland. Take the blue pill and you'll go down this road. Take the green pill, you'll go. So which door are you going to go in? And the other thing that's really interesting about this is that it feels a little bit like, and I really hope that in a second, I hope the High Priestess comes out because this card always reminds me of that. Everything in the High Priestess card has been written in the Book of Life. And this card always reminds me of that book. It's almost like we all have free will in life. It's just that everything is divinely written in the Book of Life. Everything that's meant for you will come. Yes, you can make choices. It's kind of like those adventure books when we were kids where you'd start off reading, you'd get to a point in the story where they would say, if you want this adventure, go to page 47. If you want this adventure, go to page 56. And there's certain times in the book where that shows up. That reminds me of this, where you have two paths, you can make a choice. Being at a crossroads, if you can see, I'm going to bring that nice and close. There's a set of keys here. There are two keys. One key opens the blue door, one key opens the green door. But in the end, everything that's meant for you is coming. So I want to get a nice, solid clarifier on the Two of Swords, specifically for Aries in their energy. Seven of Swords. So it's something that you haven't been truthful about. You're at a crossroads because there's something you're not telling the truth about. Right now, I'm getting a really strong intuition that you're not being honest with yourself. I feel like that's why you're feeling like you're stuck here. There's some entrapment, but that's all mental. That isn't something real. That's definitely something that is sitting in your energy field, and I feel like you're kind of spinning your wheels. You really want to get moving on this. And so I'm drawn back to our elixir of life. I feel like if you are stuck on something and you really want to get going on it, you need to get back into nature and really get centered. Feel the wind blow through your hair. Breathe in the freshness of flowers and that specialness. Like, get really centered with that, because I feel like that will help you make a better decision. But I feel like you're not being honest with yourself about this crossroads. You really want to make a decision. You've been working hard at it. You've been planting seeds. You're very real. I feel like you need to open up and get very true with yourself about this. So I'm going to pull in our romance, our Kipper deck. And I want to see, what is this about for you? What is that exact thing about for you? We have number 28, expectations of hopes, ideals, wishes, longing. Yes, that's very true. You do have an expectation about this. You've been kind of patient about it, but you really honestly want this to come in. And number 23, court of law, justice, conflict, a decision, and or a legal proceeding. So, wow, Aries, I'm wondering if you're really ready to split from your partner. That's something I can see here, pretty strong, pretty true. Maybe that's why you haven't been truthful with yourself and why you're feeling stuck. But remember, this is an illusion. That's not true. You're not stuck. I think that maybe you're spinning your wheels. Remember I said that. I got that sense. And I think it's because you really have an idea of what you want to do, which door you want to go on. But I'm thinking this is something to do with possibly separating from your person, getting away from them. Maybe if you're not married, maybe it's a situation where you're needing to separate. Like if you live with your person, you've got to separate all the assets and like divvy out the furniture and stuff. But we're going to move to what's happening in their energy. That will further the story, and maybe I'll get more insight as to what you're at. So your person is experiencing the Four of Wands and the Tower. Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys, I'm sorry, Aries, you are separating from your person. You are breaking up with your person. They are definitely calling in a tower to your connection, but I want to see why. That might give us further insight. Please tell me why Aries person is calling in the tower to their union. Please and thank you. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Emperor. We have the Sun, and we have the Star. So, Aries, I believe solidly, you guys are splitting up. Your person of interest really is calling in that tower to your connection. I think you've been kind of at a crossroads about it. You've been trying to listen to your brain about this, but really remember, you're called to see this with your heart. Honestly, look at what you really want to do here. But your person basically called out to the divine about this tower, and they said, I really want this to come in. I do not want to be with my person anymore. They're standing in divine masculine energy, so they're really resolute. The divine masculine in the deck, the Emperor, he's always very, he's about law, he's about order, he's a business owner. And I think what's happening here is that your person doesn't have to be a male, because these readings are all inclusive. There is no gender assigned, but we all have masculine and feminine traits in us, qualities in us. And your person is really sitting in very logical, decisive, I am going to make this because they want to be happy and they want wish fulfillment. And I feel like in this situation, you're over here saying, I really want to be done with this. Actually, you're kind of not. You're kind of at a crossroads. It looks to me like your person really wants to be done with this. So let's gain some insight from their perspective about this from the Romance Skipper. Thank you. Love, passion, and meeting. I'm drawn right here in the center. Passion says flame, desire, risk, love affair. And that, I think, honestly, Aries, if I can be really honest with you, and I'm sorry, I think your person has met someone new. I can see that. And I think that that's why you're both having this card here, is that, remember, this card really talked about healing, getting the truth, consolidating, and honestly just really sitting in the energy of looking deep within oneself. So I want to get more insight. I want to hear what's happening for both of you for this story, please and thank you. I've got the Knight of Wands and I've got the Two of Swords. Yeah. You both were really sad at a crossroads. One or both of you is really ready to move forward and get going on stuff. It's just that you both have really, this has been hard. It's been a really hard decision to make. You're both sitting in really energy of, I don't want to have to do it. I know I have to do it. I don't want to, but I know I have to. And it's time to move forward. That's what this Knight of Wands is here. I want to get your side of this story, Aries, please and thank you. I saw that Wheel of Fortune there. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. You have the truth. You know the truth. There is no illusion here. You know exactly what it is. That's, I think, why you've been over here working so hard and being diligent and patient. You are sitting, this is an extra card in this deck. I think we've talked about it before. It's called Oneness. So I feel like you are really embodying this. You are sitting in that quiet space. You did sit in it. You looked for the truth. You gathered the insight. You saw everything from your head and your heart perspective. And that I feel like you really feel that your person has been breadcrumbing this situation. I feel like you were asking out to your person, like, why are things the way that they are? And really it is because they've not been giving you very much at all. So that is, I feel like, for you, why you're sitting in that crossroads energy. Perfect. It's because you are at a pathway. It's taken a long time for you to get here. It's required a lot of patience. I feel like you worked really hard. I see that Seven of Pentacles back there. You really, really wanted things to move forward with your person. And honestly, I think what's happening here is you're now finally saying, I got to go and follow my heart. What's going to make me happy? That, I mean, especially it's sort of hard when if one of you is the only one who wants to end things, that's super challenging. But if you both do, it's kind of a little easier. It's never easy, but it is a little easier. I just feel like you know now it's ready for you to follow what your heart really wants. That's why it says, see with your heart. What do you really want? But I want to see your person's side of this story. Thank you. There's that Wheel of Fortune. Remember I said that? I saw it. They're ready for this to move forward. It's an auspicious card. It's basically, this card really embodies, I mean, everybody's going through this maze and it's really cloudy and hard to figure out, and it's dark, it's light. It's just basically symbolizing for you, this has been a long journey. Your person's been through a long journey. It's taken them a long time to get through the maze of your relationship. Everything that wasn't meant for them fell off. Everything that was meant for them pulled up. And it's about the fact that they want to go after something they love. They're really inspired by that. And I feel like, I'm so sorry, but honestly, Aries, that is somebody they had an affair with. There's third party here. I can see it. And I'm so sorry. Let's get the romance kipper on this from them, their perspective. They have 36 on the horizon and on 26, great fortune and their dreams coming true. So they've got a lot of hope and a lot of wish fulfillment that they want to have come true about this third party situation. Oh, Aries, I'm so sorry. Let's gain clarity here about what their feelings are in the situation and towards you. They have the 5 of Cups. They have a lot of regrets. I feel like that's something I really want to take a pause about. At least this person isn't being a real jerk about the situation. This is feelings for you. This is something they're feeling, and they're feeling really sad about how this happened. They want happiness. They know that at one point in time you guys were happy together, but somehow along this journey they started feeling like they were really isolated from you. Please don't believe that I am judging you or I'm saying all of this is your fault, but what I do want to tell you is that ultimately in long-term partnerships, we do start taking our partner for granted. It is almost next to impossible to constantly be on your game, especially when we get relaxed into partnership and stuff. But something happened where they feel isolated from you, and that made them very sad. They're really sad about this entire thing. And I feel like there was hope to renew this, or maybe they do want to renew this with you. I am not sure looking at everything here, but I did say this is their feelings for you. I just feel like they love you very much. They know they made some pretty solid, I mean, we've got 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. They're not feeling great about this. I mean, I feel like that is pretty solid, but I do want to get clarity. What is this Ace of Cups for Aries person's feelings for them? What does that mean to them? Please and thank you. We've got the 5 of Cups again. It's honestly, maybe this is about them loving themselves, because I feel like they know they messed up and they would like to move forward into a calmer place. Yeah. I can see the shared space 2 ways. So I want you to hear me on this. You do have a choice. Remember, I said everything is written in the book of life, and you do have free will. It could be that they did have this, this passion and this romance with somebody because it made them feel really good. That person, whoever it was, it made them feel outstanding. And so I'm just wondering too, possibly it's that they wish they could reinvigorate that feeling with you. They definitely have regrets. They're very sad that I think they miss the way things used to be with you, that happiness that you shared together. They really are missing that. That could be why, you know, there's a million reasons why people step out of marriages and they go have partnerships with someone else. Lots of times it's because they feel completely dissatisfied or there's something missing. It's not usually, people aren't usually just generally jerks and go, fine, I'm just going to go have an affair. It's not like that. I just sense your person really has been in some sad energy about you and your connection. If they're not wanting to divorce and leave you, it could be that you're wanting that, but they're wanting to renew and like refresh this and try to heal it. Let's see what comes up for here with the Kipper. Let's just see what it is. Please definitively show me for Aries person's feelings. Thank you. We have storm, unknown, and things are really chaotic. And then also information. There's a letter here. There's news coming in. There's something, communication is what I see. So I feel like you guys maybe are not even living in the same place. I think you're very grounded. You're over here. You're really solid. You have felt very trapped by this situation, and that is obvious. But remember, this is always an illusion. This is just ego-based fear. So I want to get some advice. What is the angel advice? I'm going to call in Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and I'm calling out Jophiel for some reason. So what is the actual... Oh my goodness. That all just flew all over the floor. So there's a lot, and we're going to just look at it. It says, you deserve love. I think that's pretty obvious. This could be the one. So that's really up to you, but it's really talking about freeing yourself. I think that's something you need to know. It's time to take back control of your life. That doesn't necessarily mean get a divorce or split from your person unless you want to, but it is time, because it's safe for you to love yourself. It's safe for you to see with your heart. You need to do a little forgiving and learning with your person. There is passion here. Honor that passion, but right now you guys are in a separated state, and you need to. I want to tell you something though. This is about, you guys are a past life relationship. And remember, the reading of this union card, I want to talk about that a little bit, because it says you will enter into a spiritual partnership where each member will trigger healing and growth within each other, so that will open your mind's hearts to better understand, receive, and give love. One of the biggest things we are doing here on this journey is to actually trigger each other into a higher state of being, into growth. And so Aries, I feel like that's what this is. You guys are a past life relationship. There is a lot of passion here. This is going to require a lot of soul searching. I'm surprised the let your friends help you didn't come out here, because I was going to say about that. It might require, hold on, those magpies. I'm sorry. I should not have opened the window. I apologize, Aries. They're just so loud. They're such great birds. They're very magnificent. They're very chatty. They have a big family out in the tree right across from me. And they get going and they cannot stop. Sorry, I just had to shut that. But I was hoping that the Let Your Friends Help You card came out here, because I thought that that would be kind of talking about maybe you guys going into some therapy to see if you could heal this. Sometimes that's hard though, especially if someone has stepped out of your marriage and had an affair. And that was the first thing I saw, was love affair down at the bottom of this. So I feel like they really they went to seek out something that they weren't getting from you. So I want to we're going to do a little something different here. I want to go through the entire zodiac, and let's see from your person, if you're dealing with an Aries, what is the situation immediately? 10 of Wands. If you're dealing with another Aries like yourself, it has been a very heavy burden. It's time to put it down. If you're dealing with a Taurus, you have the Inspiration of Wands. So there is hope there to transform this back into a state of happiness. If you're dealing with a Gemini, you have the Devil. So basically what's happening here is there is some really karmic lessons that are being learned. So your person could be a Gemini. That kind of feels like this. If you're dealing with a Cancer, we have Temperance. So things are going to be in a patient state, a quiet state, some healing, meditation is needed. If we're dealing with a Leo, we have the Five of Pentacles. So you're both in a really isolated place. You can make a choice to come back in with each other, but right now you are very separated from each other. If you're dealing with a Virgo, we have the Nine of Wands. So yes, you've been very hurt, very wounded. If you're going to return, that's fine. You have hope, but you have some boundaries this time. If we are dealing with a Libra, if you are dealing with a Libra, please and thank you. We have the Three of Cups. Your person could have some addiction issues, some overindulging, or it could be that you guys want to get together for coffee and try to talk this out. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, here she is, my High Priestess. Everything has already been written in the book of life. You follow what your intuition says, because what's meant for you is never going to pass you by. That seems really solid to me there. I'm really drawn to this little, if there's an image of a letter here. And also it talked about there was a letter coming or some communication. So it could be you guys are going to talk if the person's a Scorpio. Yeah. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, oops, that card fell on the floor. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, this is happening right now. This entire story is happening at this present moment. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, you have the Two of Cups and the Life Force energy. So if you are dealing with a Capricorn, there is a really strong hope. There's a lot of momentum behind the fact that you guys can heal this. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, we have the Seven of Cups. You need to look at all of your options and make the decision you feel that's best for you. And if you are dealing with a Pisces, we have the Lovers and the Nine of Swords. You really are stressed out about this if you're dealing with a Pisces, and you need to sit in some really quiet, reflective energy and make a choice about what you want to do. Okay, and with that, finally, let's get a few messages from your person. What do they want to say to you about this? This might trigger you, so just let's roll with it. Let's see what they want to say. Necessary to take baby steps to move forward. Crawl if you must. There we go. I knew there was a little tiny bit more. And we have, I am waiting. Please be bold and make the first move. When you do, I can see our hearts shining bright. And lastly, there's so much I want to say to you, but my words get in the way. So honestly, Aries, it's up to you. You make the choice. You know what you want to do. Sit in some quiet, contemplative energy about what you want to do. You've been really thinking about this from a logical standpoint. Start thinking about it with your heart and decide, because your heart is not always just about your person. Your heart can be really about you too. So I am going to leave it there for you, Aries. Thank you so much. And thank you for spending your time with me today. If you found value in this content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment below to tell me how this is your story. It has been my distinct honor and privilege to read for you today. I look forward to seeing you in the future. And remember that love is the greatest gift that the divine can give us. So please remember to say thank you to the divine for that vibration of love today. I will see you next time, Aries. Bye.